The urban rhythm in 2026 is still fast-paced, and Susan's life resembles an extreme sport that is precise to the second. Every morning at 6 o'clock, while the whole city is still asleep, she is already busy in the kitchen amidst the cooking fumes, preparing balanced meals for her children. Following that is a battle-like departure, high-pressure workplace meetings, and during her lunch break, she still has to check the situation at home through the monitor. After work, she dragged her weary body through the door, facing a messy living room and a mountain of dirty laundry. At that moment, her husband, Frank, was slumped on the sofa, his eyes glued to his phone screen, oblivious to the chaos around him. Whenever Susan tried to seek help, Frank always used his mantra-like excuse, "I'm really tired from work," as a shield. Susan felt a string in her heart that was tightening more and more every day. She felt like a spinning top, and if she stopped for even a moment, the whole house would collapse. It was a Tuesday evening, and Susan was busy dealing with a burnt pot. While the children were chasing each other in the living room, they accidentally knocked over her most beloved ceramic vase. With a crisp sound of bang, the last string in Susan's heart snapped completely. She screamed hysterically, waving her hands in anger, her voice so harsh that even she felt it was unfamiliar. However, when she stopped to catch her breath, she saw the most heartbreaking scene. The child huddled in the corner, face full of terror, tears welling in their eyes, while her husband on the sofa simply turned his head coldly, presenting a back filled with disgust and avoidance. At that moment, the noisy home fell into silence. Susan looked at the scattered fragments on the ground and suddenly felt a wave of immense emptiness. Why? Despite her efforts to maintain perfection, did she receive only fear and indifference from her family? A few days later, Susani walked into the counseling room. The older counselor listened to her story and did not provide complex theories, but instead took out 2 drawings and placed them on the table. The first drawing is a perfect, flawless black circle drawn with a precise compass. The counselor said, "This is your previous expectation of yourself, tightly fitting, allowing no room for even the slightest deviation. You thought that only by maintaining this circle could the home be safe, but this circle is too heavy, suffocating everyone and making it impossible to breathe." The second painting is a colorful circle with uneven edges and several missing corners, but at the circumference there is a bright, warm little sun painted. The counselor gently said, "You have always wanted to be that perfect circle, to take care of everyone and fill all the gaps, but you have forgotten to take care of the most essential part of yourself. Your core has dried up, so all you can emit is anger." Susan looked at the painting with a missing corner, tears streaming down her face. She suddenly realized that her exhaustion came not only from the heavy household chores, but also from her deep-seated obsession with not allowing herself to be imperfect. She suddenly realized, what a home needs is not a perfect mother who is as precise as a machine yet bitter, but a happy mother who is flesh and blood, knows how to express fatigue, and understands how to smile. After returning home, Susan made a change. She no longer silently endured the sudden outbursts, but chose to have an equal conversation with her husband. She calmly said to Frank, "I'm not Superman. I get tired too. Starting today, please take care of dinner on Wednesdays and Fridays. I'll only wash the clothes for me and the kids. You'll have to handle yours yourself. I need time to go for walks, to read, and to find my happiness again." At first, Frank was very unaccustomed, but when Susan learned to let go of the unwashed dishes and the toys that were not picked up, and used the saved energy to give the children a warm hug, the atmosphere at home miraculously improved. Frank saw his wife smile and began to realize his responsibilities as a family member. Life doesn't have to be perfect. It's the imperfections that allow the light to shine through. A mother's greatest achievement is not having a spotless home, but being able to accept her own exhaustion and embrace her imperfections. When you start to love yourself and take care of your core, what you radiate is no longer stress, but true warmth.